Honorable Mr. Pravin Kumar Jagnnath, Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius, Minister of Defence, Home Affairs and External Communications, Minister for Roads, Outer Islands and Territorial Integrity. Honorable Mr. Ellen Ganu, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and International Trade, Government of Mauritius. Dr. Honorable Renganadan Petiachi, Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Development, Government of Mauritius. Distinguished delegates, officials of the Government of Mauritius, colleagues from India, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by thanking and congratulating the Government of Mauritius under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Mr. Pravin Jagnnath, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Mauritius, for convening this timely CECPA Forum 2022. The fact that this forum is also one of the first in a series of events commemorating the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Mauritius over the next 1 year testifies the deep and long-standing relationship between India and Mauritius, built on the solid foundation of our shared history, ancestry, culture, and close people-to-people ties. Forums like this and your esteemed presence here today, Honorable Prime Minister, underscore the importance both our countries attach to our unique relationship and to forging closer economic ties to further deepen this special partnership over the next 25 years when we will celebrate 100 years of our partnership. Today's event takes place as our two countries and the world are recovering from the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and is both timely and opportune. It will give much needed hope and positivity to our two peoples by showcasing how this first of its kind free trade agreement between India and Mauritius can boost bilateral trade and investments and help expedite the economic recovery of both our countries. Apart from cementing the age-old ties between two trusted friends, today's deliberations will also show how CECPA can help our economic engagement reach new heights and achieve its full potential. As the first such trade agreement between India and any African country, the CECPA is also a testament to India's recognition of the importance of Mauritius as a trusted partner and facilitator in enhancing Indian trade and investment into Africa and vice versa. As a member of the major African regional organizations such as the African Union, Southern African Development Community, and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, Mauritius can serve as a vital gateway to Africa. With COVID-19 restrictions now easing out, CECPA can pave the way for enhancing bilateral trade and economic engagement of India, not only with Mauritius but also with the other African countries of these organizations through Mauritius. In these challenging times, when the world economy has been buffeted by rising protectionism, unilateralism, unforeseen black swan events, and the COVID-19 pandemic, I believe that CCPA can be a good example for the world on the way forward for global trade based on cooperation and mutual understanding. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, since the establishment of the diplomatic relations between India and Mauritius in 1948, our bilateral trade and investments have grown steadily. The bilateral trade between India and Mauritius registered a growth of 233% from 206.76 million USD in 2005-6 to 690.02 million USD in 2019-20, with a diverse commodity basket ranging from traditional products to technology-intensive products. It is particularly heartening to see that soon after the CCPA came into force on 1st of April last year, our bilateral trade has grown by 69% from 465.5 million USD in 2020-21 to 786.7 million USD in 2021-22. What is even more encouraging is that exports from both countries have grown in tandem, showing that both countries are reaping the benefits of CECPA. It might interest the members of the business community here to know that CECPA is a forward-looking agreement which promotes a high level of liberalization while also encouraging new potential areas for trade in goods and services. Mauritius is bound to benefit from market access in India for a large number of products, such as frozen fish, specialty sugar, biscuits, fresh fruit juices, beer, alcoholic drinks, soaps, bags, medical and surgical equipments, and garments. The agreement provides for tariff rate quota quantity for specialty sugar ranging from 15,000 to 40,000 tons per annum. Apart from the 1.5 million liters of rum, 2 million liters of beer, 7.5 million pieces of apparel per annum, etc., for which Mauritius enjoys a reputation for global excellence. India, with a huge population of 1.4 billion, offers a huge market for these products, given that India's current global imports of these products stands at 15 billion US dollars per annum. Indian consumers, in turn, will benefit from the very high quality Mauritian products. I am happy to know that a few weeks ago, the Mauritian Sugar Syndicate shipped the very first consignment of 16 tons of special sugar to India under CECPA on 24 July. I am informed by our High Commission about the prompt and proactive assistance of the Mauritian Foreign Ministry in facilitating this. I thank the government of Mauritius for this and hope that such synergistic efforts of the governments and businesses, which are the essence of CECPA, will continue in the same spirit on both sides. In the services sector too, there is a big forward movement through the CECPA. Both countries have committed to liberalize the movement of our people to work in each other's countries, covering around 100 subsectors from 11 broad service sectors identified on each side. These include business services, communication services, construction-related engineering services, distribution services, education services, environmental services, financial services, health-related and social services, tourism and travel-related services, recreational services, and transport services. I'm equally happy that we have recently finalized the text and agreed to include the General Economic Cooperation Chapter and the Automatic Trigger Safeguard Mechanism in the CECPA. The inclusion of the General Economic Cooperation Chapter will promote all forms of economic cooperation beneficial to the citizens of India and Mauritius in diverse areas like investments, financial services, textiles, small and medium enterprises, handicraft, gems and jewelry, information and communication technology, film production, space technology, biotechnology, blue economy, port infrastructure, healthcare, pharmaceuticals, competition policy, renewable energy, etc. The Auto Trigger Safeguard Mechanism will allow India and Mauritius to protect their domestic industries against the sudden surges in the import of products on which preferential access has been provided for under the CECPA. To further enhance the bilateral trade and expand the CECPA, we are currently discussing the inclusion of additional product lines of both countries for the provision of market access. The negotiations are likely to conclude by the end of this year. We have also agreed to initiate discussions on a customs mutual administrative assistance agreement and bilateral recognition of equivalence on the sanitary and phytosanitary measures and technical barriers to trade. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, India and Mauritius have been long standing partners in the area of foreign investment, a major determinant of trade and a key element of an economic relationship. In fact, Mauritius accounted for more than one fourth of the total FDI equity inflows into India during the period from April 2000 to June 2022, with an FDI inflow of 160.11 billion USD. During 2021-22, Mauritius was the third largest source of FDI with equity flows of 9.39 billion USD. The Federation of Indian Chambers of the Commerce and Industry, which is the apex business organization in India, has also planned a session today to deliberate upon the bilateral business opportunities opened up by the CECPA. We look forward to fruitful interactions that lead to partnerships that contribute to the economic development of both our countries. Excellencies, distinguished guests, I'm also happy to share that given the increasing interest of the global trading community in Indian rupee transactions, the Reserve Bank of India has decided to set up a mechanism to allow invoicing and payments for international trade in the Indian rupee. Under the new regulation, foreign banks will be allowed to open rupee Vostro accounts in the Indian banks, and Indian importers undertaking imports under this mechanism can make payments directly in the Indian rupee to the rupee Vostro account of the corresponding bank of the partner country against the invoices in INR for the supply of goods or services by the overseas supplier. We hope that the government of Mauritius will explore this new mechanism that intends to further ease bilateral trade transactions with India. To conclude, I wish the CECPA Forum 2022 every success and hope that the discussions, the inputs, and feedback from our business communities help boost business ties and lead to an ever increasing economic engagement between our two brotherly countries. Here, I would like to emphasize that governments can only create the facilitating framework. Ultimately, it is the businesses that must act to take advantage of the commercial opportunities. We therefore look forward to the proactive participation of our business communities in making CECPA a success and contributing to strengthening the 75 years old partnership even further as our two countries embark on this wonderful journey together. It is truly a privilege to be associated with this important event, and I take this opportunity to thank the Government of Mauritius and the High Commission of India in Mauritius for this initiative. I hope that the deliberations during various sessions of this well-planned event covering various aspects of our bilateral economic partnership will further deepen the already strong relationships between India and Mauritius. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.